I'm Casey, 27, based out of Beaver, Oklahoma. This is Financial Audit.
Beaver, Oklahoma. That's an interesting town name. Cool. Thanks for coming down. What do you do for a living in Beaver?
I work at the local grocery store. And then
Doing what?
Unloading early morning trucks, doing wholesale deliveries to other businesses.
Cool. What are we making in that position?
$20.75 an hour.
$20.75. Okay.
20 and 75 cents.
Gotcha. How many hours a week are we working that?
40, sometimes 42 to 43. So I think it's 41,000, something like that. 43,000 a year.
Okay. And then is that total household income for the house? Are you married? Oh, okay.
Because I also do DoorDash and Spark on the side. I go to another town for that.
Is it a single income household though?
Kind of. My dad lives there right now.
Oh, okay.
And he's on Social Security. He pays like utilities.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't really keep up with him.
And then with who?
I don't really keep up with his finances.
With his finances. Okay, but you we keep up with him.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you live together.
Well, I don't hang out with him. I don't talk to him like at all.
With your dad that you live with?
Correct. Not a great relationship. Long story short.
Why is he with you? Because he can't afford to survive?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
It's part of the story of how I ended up here.
Oh, great. Okay. So, and then the income for the other sources. So I'm looking at the income that came in. Yeah, we had deposits of $3,895. Some of that stuff is contract stuff, though. Are you setting aside proper taxes from... What were those other hustles you said you did altogether?
It's DoorDash and Walmart Spark.
Okay. I'm assuming the Walmart Spark is also contract?
Yes, it's $10.99.
And are you setting aside money for taxes?
I have like $30 coming out of my store paycheck every week going to the tax stuff, and I also track my miles.
Wait, well, that's good, but how much is coming in? If we're only setting $30 aside, how much is coming in from those?
The floor is $400 and the ceiling is $600 a week. Like it just ranges between those two numbers.
What's normal for you? 500? So you're setting 6% aside?
I guess so, yes.
A week, and you said you set 30 aside a week or per paycheck?
A week, which is I'm paid weekly, so.
Oh, okay, cool. So total coming in, again, we had $3,895, but then you had a loan disbursement as well? Some leftover debt payoff that you pocketed that came in?
That was a pull from a credit line.
Why'd you need to do that?
I don't honestly remember, so it probably wasn't that much of a need.
Well, it was a month ago. How do you not remember? It was within the last month.
I don't.
You have to remember $2,000. You specifically chose to pull $2,000.
Mm-hmm. $2,000. Oh, that was something different. I was looking at the $400 one. That was the credit line pull.
Yeah, the Envoa lock distribution for $418.
That is a net credit line of credit.
And you don't remember what
I think it was to prevent me from being overdrawn.
Okay, so fine. Give us a rundown. Where are we? What are we looking at? We got your income, we got your job. What are we looking at in life right now? Where's Mr. Casey at?
I'm feeling stuck in a box, just not making any progress. I've just been winging it. I don't keep track of much other than debt payments, so I don't know how much I'm spending on anything else.
That doesn't make sense. If you're keeping track of debt payments, does that encourage you to want to put more towards debt? Or what part of debt payments are you keeping track of? Because, well, I want to know the answer to that first.
I just keep track of the minimums. Nothing else.
And why is that?
That's just what I've been doing. There's no real reason.
You have no desire to put extra towards it?
I do, but I just haven't done it.
Okay. Why haven't you done it? Because if there was any desire to do it, that's where you start tracking your other expenses when we create a budget. And obviously, we're going to put you through our budgeting class, which everyone should go through. But it's, in general, you haven't taken that step out of laziness, lack of discipline, immaturity.
Lack of discipline and building the habit.
Let's talk about habits. This pile of insanity by the age of 27 has required quite aggressive habits to get into.
My ex was very much a money pit, always wanting money from me. She was playing this whole I want to harm myself card at me all the time.
What? Okay, well, hold on. That is a lot to...
Yeah, it's...
That is a lot to hear. Okay, what do you mean card? Like, are you sure she... I don't know. That's something I'd take very seriously, obviously. What do you mean? Because I don't know. You bring up the pile of debt, you bring up the X, and then this is like what? What are we talking about?
I would pick her up and give me a sec. Sorry.
Are you okay? Is this fresh?
No, it's just kind of repressed, I think. So
okay.
I've kind of shut it out, but I would get the stories of I want to kill myself all the time from her and spend money on me, this and that. And I kind of played into it for a while. Maxed out 4 or 5 cards at the time. I got these 2 Upstart loans to pay those cards off. And then I ended up doing it all again.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Through the same guilt situation, would you say you built them back up?
Oh, sorry.
So she said, I will end it if you do not spend money on me. That was like
no, it wasn't quite that. She was saying that she just wanted to go buy stuff to feel better type stuff, if that makes sense.
Okay, well, obviously that's hardly a solution. That's a cope.
Right.
But she's not sitting. You say X, so when did this end?
We separated in April of 2022.
Were you guys like married?
We were.
Really?
But it shouldn't have ever happened. I only knew her for 6 months when we got married.
Okay.
Yeah. Just lovely decision making that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I am not the one to judge.
You should in this case.
Okay. But so 2022 it ended?
Yes. And then I dragged my feet on getting the divorce done. That was finalized in November of that year.
Did she get anything from it? Did you get anything from it?
I took everything that I'd bought her back, though, like the big purchases for her.
Why'd you not sell it? Did you sell it all?
I have not yet. The
Why?
phone, yes, I traded that in, actually. It got me a new one. And the car,
that's not helping.
the car, not yet.
What? Oh, fuck yeah, I know we're getting into some cars. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, I just want a self-assessment. Give yourself a score, 0 to 10. 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best. Where do you think you are in the world of finances?
0.
Okay. At least it's honest.
So I've done your score twice,
that. It's always good to see.
And it was 0 both times.
You've taken the quiz?
Yes.
If you want to take the quiz, it's free. It's in the description below. Thanks for that natural segue. Now, let's segue into your debt. Capital One. Everyone on the show loves to come into some kind of Capital One. This is Capital One Classic. We have a balance of, good! $302.15 on a credit limit of $300. Okay, we can't blame this on our ex because it was 2 years ago that we separated, but you're going and spending on a card that's maxed out. How the does that make sense? You went and spent $55.85 after you only put a $25 minimum monthly payment towards it, and then had $6.86 of interest accruing. Why did we go spend? Why did we go spend on a card that's maxed out? We can't immediately blame the ex, and the first thing I see is you spending and going over the credit limit.
I thought I was going to have that paid off last month. I just didn't get to that point. The whole thing.
You did the complete opposite. You did the complete opposite. You built it up. So why are we spending on a card? You have a checking account. I've seen it. Why are we spending on a card that we're maxing out?
I just thought I was going to pay that card off and didn't get to that point.
So what did you think you were going to do? What was this? I think I'm going to pay the credit card off. Tell me about that. What was that thought?
Didn't keep track of my other expenses.
So you thought you would have the money left over?
I would have the money left over, yes.
Even if you think you're going to pay it off, does it make sense to put more money towards it? Or does it make sense to put a higher balance on it?
It makes more sense to put money towards it, yes.
No, I meant yes. I mean, that answered the question. I phrased it wrong to begin with, but okay. By the way, did you guys have any kids or anything?
You have to do things to make kids. That never happened.
Okay, well, fair enough. I asked it, so I guess that is, well.
Problems.
It's okay. We've had people on the show who've probably stuck it in too many times than they needed to. You just went the opposite direction. And
not by my choice.
Okay, well. Let's talk about the purchase instead. Car wash. Oh, good. We can over max out a card through a car wash. What is Stone Creek Development?
That's the car wash.
So you had another car wash?
I think I did it twice on that card. One was at a different car wash.
Oklahoma? In the spring? What were you washing off? Like the snow I get, and like the salt and the wintry environments to avoid rust and stuff like that. That's fine. There's some actual reasons for maintenance purposes to do car washes. The fucker, you're twice in a month?
Lots of bugs from the commute to the other town. And sand and dirt. I try to keep my car clean so when I show up with people's food, it doesn't look gross, but that's just my thought process behind it.
Do they even see your car? Isn't everything just dropping off at the door?
99 times out of 100, yes.
Then who cares also?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen that video of like, there's a... I'm not gonna. Well, there was a video of a girl where like her dog in the back like took a poo on someone's groceries that she was delivering.
Oh, God.
And like even they accepted the groceries. I think you can have a little dust on your car. Then we went inside a convenience store and we just got some taquitos. Again, we're maxing out a card for taquitos, for a double car wash. I don't think we're doing that if we're a self-confessed 00.
No, shouldn't be, but here we are.
But we are, because you thought you were going to pay it off.
I thought I was going to pay it off.
But you weren't able to because you don't track any of your spending, finances, anything whatsoever. Okay. All right. Okay. Had a 30.48% interest rate of death. You're obviously not a credit card person. If you're going to use a card, use the Fizz card, my man. There's nothing else. At least you can use that and not destroy your life. And it still builds your credit. This is crazy. Destiny. Not the streamer. The credit card, apparently. Never heard of this one. This is a new one.
Yeah, there's another
Fees.
one under the same
It's
company.
the fee. Monthly fee. There's a...
They charge a monthly fee, and I genuinely
But
don't.
just close the account.
Yeah.
Just close it.
Can I close it while there's a balance
Yes,
on it?
just close it. Well, most of the time.
Didn't know that.
Close it.
Will do.
You've learned. You can close it. I don't know if you guys knew this about me or not, but I love buying real estate. It's a great investment, and there is something about it that I just can't seem to get enough of. Now, I know buying real estate may sound like a complicated process, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't actually need to be. Today's sponsor, EquityMultiple, is here to make investing in real estate simple. EquityMultiple makes commercial real estate investing easy and transparent. They offer real estate investments that don't rely on the stock market, aiming for strong returns with less risk. They even have an experienced team that manage the deals for you, protecting your investment and maximizing returns. With over 48,000 investors and over 280 closed investments, they facilitate projects totaling over $5.2 billion. EquityMultiple offers 3 types of investments. The first is the Alpine Note, which is like a high-yield savings account for real estate with an impressive returns ranging from 6% to 7.4% annually. It's perfect for keeping your money growing while you decide on longer-term investments. Second, they have yield-focused investments, which means you lend money to real estate projects and earn regular interest, typically between 7 and 12% per year. Lastly, they offer equity investments, where you can own a share of a property and earn money from its appreciation and profits, aiming for higher returns in the low to mid-teens. This variety makes it easy to find an investment that fits your goals and risk levels. EquityMultiple has low fees compared to other platforms and offers thorough deal checking and management services. They take care of all the hard work, like finding you and evaluating deals and managing properties, so you can focus on growing your money and not any of that nitty-gritty details. If you're ready to start investing with EquityMultiple, go to EquityMultiple.com/Caleb-Hammer or click the link in the description below to earn a 1% return boost on your first investment. Now let's get back to the show. $646.11 is the balance on a limit of $700, so we're almost all the way there again. And then a $45 minimum monthly payment, $19.64 of interest, $12.50 of fees, monthly fee, and you only put the minimum monthly payment towards it, so it went down $20 even though you put $50 towards it. That's how it works. That's how it works in the end. So what was this card? Did we get this card up because of the ex?
No.
2 years ago? Okay, so why
That
is
one
this
came
card all
after.
the way up then?
I spent a year after the divorce just not giving a about anything.
Okay, what are you doing?
Affirming everything, just running cards up probably on what taquitos and whatnot.
Do you stop at the convenience stores often? Because obviously that's what we saw in that last credit card. What are we trying to do?
Energy drinks. That's my big thing.
I have this. I can afford it though. Unfortunately, I would love you to have energy drinks. I would love you to glug down whatever you want to glug down. Buddy, we can't afford to stop at grocery store. Well, no, we can afford grocery stores. That's what I was going to say is You should bulk purchase. If we want energy drinks, fit them in your grocery budget. We have room in the budget, in the grocery budget for a single person. Are you buying groceries with dad?
No, just me.
Okay, then you can get some bulk items like that. Stopping at a convenience store, again, the word is convenience store.
Yeah.
There is a big charge for that convenience. At 35.9% interest, this might be the highest I've seen on a credit card. Legitimately might be the highest I've seen on a credit card.
The next card's the same rate.
Milestone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, me. Okay. Milestone of highest interest. What do we have in here? Oh, another $646. What the it's the same dollar amount, just different cents. Same minimum monthly payment. What is happening here?
It's the same company.
it's funny that it's the same dollar amount. With the same credit limit. Okay. With the same minimum monthly payment of $45. $22 of fees. And $19.34 of interest. Again, the balance only went down. This one only went down $10 after you paid $53 towards it.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Oh, credit protection fees on this one. Great. 35.9% interest rate of death. Okay, One Main Financial. What are we looking at here? What is this?
That was a loan I got to pay off another loan, and then that loan line of credit that I pulled the $400 out of. The loan I paid off with that.
Wait, what was that last thing about the line of credit?
That was the line of credit that I had pulled $400 out of previously.
Not the one I saw, a different one?
The $400 that was on that initial statement.
Oh, okay.
It's that one.
At 31.5%. $14,170.
It was $107. They call it a pre-computed loan. It's a $7,000 loan. That's just interest already calculated into it, which is kind of scary to look at, but yes.
Is there a payoff, or is the interest calculated into it?
The interest is calculated into it.
And you have to pay off that no matter what? No, that doesn't make sense. No. So what's the payoff then? If we paid it off today so we could avoid paying that interest,
what is it? I think it's just under $7,000 because I've only made one payment on it. It's brand new.
When'd you do this? You're telling me you max out all those cards after using these to pay them off that quickly? Since when?
That was, I paid off a different loan with that.
What loan?
It was from a company called Rise, and the interest was like 108%. It's ridiculous.
And what was that loan for, and how much was it?
This was after the divorce was fresh. I can't tell you exactly what it was for. I think I had my first one with them for $1,500.
Legally? Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I genuinely don't remember. Because the original $1,500 one, I don't know what I did with. And then I refinanced it for $5,000, which dropped the rate a little bit. And I think I paid off that line of credit and then racked it up again.
You're not a debt person.
Yeah,
You're not a debt person in general, not just a credit card person. You can't utilize leverage and debt. You just can't. You can't. You get access to it and you just borrow. And you max. You go crazy. And we have $7,000 at 31%. With a $235 minimum monthly payment of 13 cents. This is stacking, man. Mm-hmm. This is stacking. What are we at so far debt-wise? The brand new debt counter has calculated it for y'all. Now you've been asking for it. If everyone's happy that the debt counter is back and better improved than ever, make sure you give this video a like, guys. And if you want me to calculate your debt by sitting right there while I give you a good old... Go to calebhammer.com/apply. $8,595.19 at this point. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. None of it's even like good debt. None of it's even going to your benefit. Minimum monthly payment so far of $350.13. Okay, Upstart. You mentioned these towards the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What the is this for?
That was when I paid off the cards with my ex.
Okay, so when was that?
That was 2021, I think. It's just somewhere in that summer.
5-year loans, and then you just went. This is why I'm not one size fits all, but I get why Dave Ramsey's like, okay, we're not gonna do any debt consolidation over here, up here in Nashville, Tennessee. Because I mean, when people in positions like yours, they rack up debt, they get it consolidated or transferred in another way, and then it brings that debt that they got into in the first place, like credit card debt, back down to zero, and then they have the limit they can spend up again. They just do what you do, and then we've had so many people on the show that have done that. So Again, not one size fits all, but you're not even close to a person where I would consider consolidation, especially since it's 27.11% interest. Was it really even saving money?
No. That just wasn't what I was focused on at the time.
What were you focused on?
Trying to get the cards paid down, which was my initial
it just
desire.
pushed it, though, right? Okay. Upstart 1, because I know there's a second one. It's a $62 minimum monthly payment, and we brought it down from $2,000 over the course of 3 years to, which is insane, $1,267.52. Disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, Upstart 2, the sequel, back and worse than ever. Yeah, a balance brought down from, in 3 years, $1,400 to $914. And why is it worse than ever? I'll tell you. Because it's at 31.2% interest rate of death and insanity and craziness. With a minimum monthly payment of $46.33. Okay. Oh, this is a car loan. I don't know who it's
through Bridgecrest, Carvana.
Carvana, kill me now. Mm-hmm. What is this? What is this car?
A 2019 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid.
Really? I kind of like that car, but well, at least the look of it. I know nothing else about it. But why the f do you have this? No, I'm sorry. This isn't. It's not an income shame, but you make $20 an hour. I don't think we're getting that car. Right.
I needed something to DoorDash with. The Charger.
So we get a car twice or 3 times of expenses as you could have gotten.
I get the car that's available with no down payments.
No. What do you mean you get? What does I get the card?
That's just what I have.
That's just how you get cars?
In this case, yes.
What does that mean?
I wasn't making enough money at the time because the Charger broke down and I couldn't do DoorDash anymore. I was looking out for something and just came across that.
0% down through Carvana, huh?
Yes.
When did you get this?
January, a couple months ago.
Really? The $505 minimum monthly payment. How long is the term?
72, your favorite.
Better than like the new 84s, but that doesn't mean it's good. What's the interest rate?
20. I don't know the exact. I think it's 22 if I'm being specific, but I'm not sure.
Buddy, you've legitimately like murdered yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're so self-aware of it, which is good because sometimes so many people are just like blindly just like not even just ignorant. They're just like defensive and everything. And I'm glad you're not. But so aware of this, like this was just a couple months ago. Like, how'd you allow yourself to get into this? A few years ago, I can understand it because, you can make a lot of progress in life in 3 years. In maturity and understanding and education. Just a couple months ago, what the were we doing? I understand you got the first one you could get at 0% down, but why? Why do you accept that?
Because I needed to be able to DoorDash. I could make more money doing that than getting a second job anywhere else in my town. It's the dollar.
How much money how many hours a week do you drive DoorDash?
30 to 40 on top of my 40 from the store.
30 to 40. Okay, 30 to 40. And what do you earn? Do you have like an average hourly? What do you bring in through that on a monthly or weekly basis? Weekly basis, what do you bring in?
That's the one that I said was between $400 to $600 a week that we averaged at $500.
Okay, but that's what comes in.
Mm-hmm. A week.
Do you take away gas? Do you take away car depreciation? Not car depreciation. Well, I mean, that is honestly. But do you also take away maintenance on the car?
I don't.
Okay, so that's probably not the exact number. Plus, you're not setting any money aside for taxes.
Right. Aside from that 30 extra coming out of my paycheck.
Which might do it because it's not like you're a crazy high earner by any means. Mm-hmm. But, like, yeah, it's going to, whatever potential tax returns from the withholdings you're getting is going to be very negated through this, depending on how you have that set up.
This year, I paid about $600 total for all my taxes.
Okay, that's not crazy. Were you doing just about as much last year as you are this year? Like all last year?
I think I'm actually making more now with Spark added to it.
Be safe then. Mm. Be safe. I don't want you to give it. Because if you're in a situation where we're taking out 22% loans because we don't know what the else to do in a moment of terror, what happens when a $2,000 tax bill comes? Well, what are you doing in that? Taking out a 25% loan? Can you even take out debt anymore? What's your credit score?
Just under 600.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 602 one side, 579 the other.
Carvana had their way with you. Oh, there is a nicer version of that car. Is the one that I'm thinking of. Isn't there like a Hyundai Ioniq, maybe like 2024 version? It looks really cool. It's like
think
spaceshipy.
they discontinued that car. Like they don't make
Never
those
mind. I don't know what I'm
specific
thinking
ones
of then.
It's probably the Elantra. Those look really nice.
Okay. Either way, it's worth $10,699. We just took it out and it's worth half of our debt.
Yeah, I tried to refinance it and get a lower rate recently, and they told me that thing you just said, and it's not worth their effort to refinance, I guess, right now.
I understand you needed a car quickly. Okay, so that drives us into a sense of urgency, and we need to like figure out things. But why did you do zero due diligence in any way whatsoever? Zero.
I had nothing else available.
No,
I tried looking
what do you
into
mean
cheaper
nothing else
cars.
available? How big's your town? What's like the metro area?
1,500 people or so.
Okay, are you close to any other town?
Not really.
But you could drive a few hours to get a car if you wanted to, right?
That's what I did for that. I had to go to Oklahoma City for that.
You're telling me no? Okay, Oklahoma City. You're telling me no other car existed in Oklahoma City for sale? Come on,
guess
like
I did.
that.
Yeah,
right?
I guess I didn't look into it like that.
Well, you just like you couldn't Google.
I'd been looking through the other ones, but they're just as bad. CarMax.
You found one car. Did you look at Facebook Marketplace? Did you look at Craigslist?
Not Craigslist, but Marketplace, yes. And
Okay.
there wasn't anything around me, but I also
Around
didn't look that
you,
much.
but did you look in like Oklahoma City?
Did not.
Okay, it's just put in just a little extra effort in anything, right? Could have saved yourself literally $10,000. Man, that's wild. That 00 is holding up. First savings credit card. It's not saving you anything. We have a balance of $383.17 with a minimum monthly payment of $30. Interest charge $9.31, and you paid the minimum. Okay. What was this card for? Why is this one?
That one was back with my ex.
Okay, then why is it only $100 paid off of the credit limit? Because X was 2 years ago.
Right. I started filling them all up after the divorce.
Okay, yeah, but it was 2 years ago. $100 has been made progress in 2 years?
Apparently.
No, come on. Give me an answer. How do you not know?
I have a lot of these to worry about, so I just don't think about it anymore.
But do you put money on it?
Just the minimum.
No. Do you spend money?
I don't remember the last time I did.
It's so interesting. You're so self-aware and also ignorant to your own situation at the same time. Like you can't answer questions from like 2 months ago, but you know like that you're in a bad position and that things were mistakes.
Yes.
But you can't answer like simple what happened here questions.
I didn't have my car throughout the entire month of December because the charger broke down. So it was probably then, but I couldn't tell you on what. But I just know that I was like $100 negative every single week because I wasn't doing DoorDash.
What do you want to do for a career? Because right now you're working $80 a week, but we're bringing in $4,000. That's before you set money aside of taxes. Almost $4,000 a month. A little less.
I'm content with working at the store forever.
Okay.
But
that's good, but can you afford to?
Not right now. I want to get my stuff down to the point where I can, which I think I can once I start getting rid of stuff. But
you're content.
Yes.
Content's good. What do you want to do though? Like want?
That is what I want to do.
Oh, that's
want
great,
to be
then.
able to stay there.
Okay, so you love your job.
I do.
Like the people, community, all that stuff.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been there since 2011. I was 14 when I started there. I pretty much grew up there. I'm used to it.
So is it because you know nothing else?
Kind of, but I also like it. It takes care of me. I just haven't been taking care of myself to let it show that.
Agreed. Are you open to potentially... Okay, well, I don't want you to... We need to think about this income thing at the end because the income was not your major problem. It was obviously your spending and discipline, but now you've gotten your debts in such a minimum monthly payment situation where...
It was worse a couple months ago.
If you ever think about any changes, I am lucky enough to have connections. So if you're ever thinking of changes, I can gift you like tax certifications through Course Careers. I love those and a bunch of other resources. You just let me know. But I love that you're in a position that you enjoy work-wise. That's cool. It's very manual, yeah? All these box movings.
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't think much of it.
Sure. I'm just thinking longevity on the body and everything.
Mm-hmm. But
I know people have worked manual jobs since the history of forever for the most of their lives, and it's okay. But
Yeah, I mean, if it's something super heavy, I'll just leave it on the ground and cut the case open, take stuff one by one.
all right.
That's my goal, is to take care of myself in the process.
Okay. Now we went from First Savings to First National. What's the first?
That's same case of back in 2021 and then just not paying attention to what I'm doing with it.
But again, like, I don't think so, because if it was since 2021, and the balance on here is $568.01 with a $30 minimum monthly payment, but the credit limit is $600. You can't tell me over the course of 2 years you made $30 of progress. Something's not adding up. You're not.
I probably ran that one back up in December as well.
In what? With what then? What were you getting? What were you doing? What was the... In your lack of discipline and lack of being able to... Just what was it? What racks it back up in your life?
Getting gas, getting taquitos, and just gas stations. Just, yeah.
And what makes us put it on credit cards versus checking account?
I don't have any money in my checking account at the time, so...
I want you to just seriously close every account. I do not want you to have access to these lines of credit in any way. You can't. And it's okay that you can't. It's okay. Just, I know if I have a bunch of candy in my house, I'll just gobble it down like a fat so I don't allow myself to have access to it. You want to spend any kind of credit line that you have access to, but it's damaging to you, so don't allow yourself to have access to it. Plus, your credit's already under 600, so don't give me the I need good credit. Okay?
Okay.
You're already anyway.
Yeah.
Are you down to cut up your cards?
I can, yes.
Would you want to cut them up after we go through these?
I don't have them with me. They are at my house. I don't keep them in my wallet for that same
Probably
concept.
Smart, but I would rather
don't
close the
have them
accounts because you
available.
can order them. You can reorder cards, and you can attach them to digital wallets. At a total of 30% interest rate. Okay. Oh, is this the credit one? We know we've entered the pits of just absolute death and insanity once we see credit one. The most evil. It's the Sally Mae of credit cards. That I hate when it comes to student loans, and I hate credit one when it comes to credit cards. Okay, let's see. We have a balance on here of $814 on a limit of $800. Why is this above the limit?
I missed a payment twice on that one.
No, but you say I'm aware of the payments. That's your thing that you're aware of.
Yep.
Why'd you spend money on that first credit card that we saw? Why'd we spend money on that first credit card you saw? If we're missing a payment on the worst credit card that's ever existed in this world.
I did that on both of those cards.
No, why?
They were due on the same day. I get home. If you don't make the payment by 5 p.m., then it's considered late. And I fell asleep.
The day before.
This happened
Pay
twice.
the day before.
I get paid.
You don't
on
have
Fridays.
auto payments. You don't have auto payments?
No, I manually
because
pay
you can't manage your
everything.
money. No. Listen, personal finance is hard, and I struggled with it for a long time until I personally educated myself. We decided to create resources that can actually help people at an affordable price. So if you want to learn how to budget, we have the best budgeting program in the history of the internet. But if education and quizzes and resources like that are not what you're looking for, we also have a unique coaching program with a licensed professional who you can sit down with cheaper than anywhere else. We made these resources for you so you can change your life around and have the best financial future possible. They're at the top of the description below. I highly encourage checking them out.
I'm going to overdraft my bank account if I do that on some of those.
$75.74 of fees kill $18.18 of interest. You know why I'm raging right now? I rage for many different reasons. I know my rage is pretty similar across the board, but I rage for different reasons. Usually I rage because the person in front of me is like, oh, what's a debt? I don't know what a debt is. I'm raging because you're aware of your situation. You're nice. I legitimately like you as a person, and this is so bad for you, and it hurts to see. It is tearing my heart out. That credit one out of all of them, this hurts, man. This is you're so nice, you're so aware. You're like the last person I would want this to happen to, and there it is. Annual fee of $39, credit protect of $7.74, and a late fee of $29 and interest of $18.17. Absolutely end me. Oh, okay. Prestige. Oh, the balance. This just keeps going. This just keeps going. $19,184.27 with a minimum monthly payment of $513.01. What is this for?
That is the Charger.
Charger?
Dodge.
Car Charger?
Yes.
Oh, you have a Dodge Charger. Here we go. Okay. I went from liking you. That's a quick way for me to not like you.
If I can defend myself here, I didn't want this car from the start.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should want a Dodge Charger.
Piece of I agree.
Worst car ever.
I hate it.
That people drive up into the Dodge Charger and I'm like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. You're an embarrassment for driving that next to me at a stop sign.
Yeah, I don't feel like I fit the demographic of that car.
No, I don't know what the demographic of that car is. I could be on a pink bicycle with flowers hanging from it. I could be ding, 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 riding up, and I pull up next to a Charger, and I look cooler than that piece of Charger, Dodge Charger. Kill me.
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't want to buy this? Why do you have this?
My ex wanted it.
Oh, we're back to the ex. Your ex wanted it?
She was very specific about wanting this specific type of Charger.
Wait, why is it your debt?
That's a great question, but I just bought it. She wanted it, and I did what I could.
So you went into debt?
Yes.
Wait, the balance. Oh, this is. But you broke. When did you take this out? Because you broke up 2 years ago, and the balance is still so high.
January of 2021, I believe.
So right before you broke up?
Yes, a couple months before.
Is she on the credit?
No,
this?
She was not on the application at all.
Where's the car? She driving it?
It's broken down in my driveway.
I'm gonna just pop brains in here.
This is the one that broke down, and I didn't have a car for a month. Then I got the other one, the Hyundai.
What's it broken down?
The oil filter assembly on top of the motor broke.
What
or
does
it was
that cost
leaking.
to fix?
I don't know. I bought the new one, and I was going to fix it, and broke some more trying to fix it. So
What? Why? You could take it to a mechanic, borrow $2,000 to get it fixed. Let's assume it's that. Even if it's $5,000, even if it's $10,000, that would have saved you $10,000 instead of going and getting the other car.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You're at $20,000 in debt instead of doing a oil repair. $10,000, $20,000 in debt instead of doing an oil repair. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. What was that? What is that, buddy? That is a decision. What kind of decision?
I wanted something cheaper to operate, which
what?
It costs
cheaper to operate. I don't think doubling your car debt from 20 to 40 is cheaper to. Oh, this is mind-boggling because I'm trying to put myself in that position real quick, and I'm just trying to think. In what world would I ever think doubling my car debt instead of doing a repair is what makes sense? A couple months ago.
$20 of gas a day versus 20 lasting me half the week.
Buddy, you still owe this debt. What's even the point? Like you doubled your debt. If you got rid of one debt for the other debt and your gas was cheaper, sure. Let's go. That's not where we are. That's not even close to what happened here.
Yeah, long-term goal, I do want to fix it so I can sell it and then get a gap loan, pay the difference, but I'm nowhere even close to that.
I'd say fix it and sell your other car, but it's only worth half of what. Come on, okay, what's this worth? Well, this is worth $7,582, but was that broken down?
The Dodge Charger is
valued broken down.
Yes.
Okay, so it's valued at that $7,582. Can we get a prediction on what it would be valued fixed?
I think it's going to be like 12.
Really?
Maximum 12.
Fuck me.
But that was also
we are underwater
December
so much
when
on
I was
cars.
looking at it.
So we are currently underwater $30,000 in our vehicles.
There's another one. Not near as bad, but there is another one.
One man, 3 cars.
2 bricks. Because the other one doesn't run either. The other one I ran into the ground driving her to and from Dallas, going all the time. It was burning all of its oil. I couldn't figure out why.
So you take it to a mechanic.
Well, it ended up just breaking down on the side of the road, commuting to the other town for DoorDash.
DoorDash instead of... What's the interest rate on this Dodge Charger of...
On the Charger, It was initially 21, but it's since come down to 17.5.
Oh, good. It's down to 17. Oh, good.
Made the payment cheaper.
Yeah.
From $575 to $513.10.
Yeah, it came down to 17.
I think they added 3 months when they did that too.
You refiled.
They called me and gave me the option to drop the rate, and they said that was just part of it. Was adding 3 more months. Freed up more monthly money for me, so I just said, F it. Why not?
That's what I'm about to say. Except I still like you, so I am kind of... Sometimes I want to give up because this is just like devastating. This is like, I couldn't... What does the weight feel like to you? Because just the weight of going through these numbers to me, I feel like I'm being crushed. How do you feel on a daily basis?
Like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But I persist. I have no other choice.
Okay. Yeah. It's what a man does, right?
Something like that.
He just persists. A real man wouldn't have a Dodge Charger, but
I laugh at myself in it too. I get it.
Okay. We're laughing through the pain, folks. We're laughing through the pain.
Part of why I wanted to move on from it, but still have the debt.
Yeah, Quicksilver. Oh, we persist through this pile. Oh, good. We owe $510.57 on a credit limit of $500. Oh, good. Minimum monthly payment was.
It's normally 25.
Why is it 46?
Because that was due the same day as those other 2 that I slept through.
You need a budget. You need a budget more than anyone I've ever met. If you know a payment's coming, we budget to make sure we have money.
The money was there. I just didn't make the payment on time.
Why?
Because I fell asleep when I got home. Didn't pay it in time.
How do you just? I'm picturing you just walk in. Oh.
That's pretty much it. Yes.
Like let's do a couple actions before that. Like we go. Walk in. Oh, okay. Now asleep. Like let's do that instead, right?
You would think, but if there's a time to f something up, I will find it.
You just never found time with your ex. That didn't make any sense. I tried to make it. That made no sense.
I
tried.
I make that same joke myself too. It was kind of painful going a year without. So
okay, well, okay. Don't. I keep getting into it, then I get another detail that I don't need to know.
It's painful.
Oh man. Okay. What was more painful, that or this debt?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So $12.85 of interest, $25 of fees, and it was for them as payment. So past due. Yeah. 30% interest. This must be that other car. What is this car?
That is a 2016 Hyundai Sonata.
Now, why? Why does this one exist?
That was just what I had whenever all this
but
started.
why is it still here?
That's what happens when you have a 5-year loan.
Oh.
You're past the lifespan of the car, and then you're
When
still
did you
paying
get
on
this?
It. Like 2018. I've had this forever. The
was 5
maturity
years would
date
be
is
finishing.
November 2025. I refinanced it at one point because it started at 19% with Wells Fargo.
Now what is it?
9 point something, 9.6, I think.
Usually that's considered a bad rate compared to the rest of your debts.
That's one of the best ones I've got, but that was before I
Insane to say. Wait, before what?
I refinanced it before I got all these cards and maxed them out. So it was, my credit was a little bit better. I was like 650 back then.
Sonata, okay. Sonata.
It's broken down, not going to run.
Of course it is. Good.
My carport broken is currently got a wall sitting on it.
What the
We had a big windstorm.
Can you take a picture and send it to us to put in the video?
I have a picture at the ready.
Yeah, I'm curious. We'll put this on screen for all y'all. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with the car? Other than that?
Engine issues. I'm not sure what's specifically wrong
Again,
with it.
you're allergic to the mechanic. Like
that's a bill I don't have an emergency fund for.
Yeah, but you've taken out $20,000, and what? You didn't have an emergency. What? You couldn't afford the other mid-monthly payment you took on.
I didn't know how I could get a loan without anything for it, so security or whatever.
Oh, this is the last step. Okay, then we'll add up the minimum monthly payments because this has to be just wild. You have a mortgage.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I mean, you probably have insurance on. Why don't you use that for the carport? When the carport happened?
Sometime like October, I think we had a big windstorm. It ripped
Why
the
haven't you
roof
done
off
anything?
entirely because
Okay.
I wanted to tear it down eventually anyway. And
The carport?
yes,
Okay.
Mother Nature just kind of helped.
Yeah, but you haven't done anything with it. Unless that's an old picture.
I took that picture a couple days ago.
You don't do anything. You actually do work.
Mm-hmm. I get home and I'm just tired.
Well, yeah, you work 80 hours a week and you're making no progress.
Mm.
Okay, but we have a mortgage.
Yes.
Man, small town Oklahoma. Apparently that's where to move, folks, because you have a $47,000 mortgage. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's a down payment on a normal house for
it's
people.
a fixer-upper, but it's got quite a lot of land to it. It's a corner lot,
Yeah.
garage, and a
Square
used
foot?
to be carport. I don't know off the top of my head.
How do you like it? Are you happy with the
Yeah.
house?
There's a lot of stuff I want to do to it, but I can't do it. Until
Okay,
my
but you
debt's
want to
gone.
stay there.
Yes.
Very good. 4.7% interest. Okay. $528 minimum monthly payment after everything.
Yeah, that'll be about $450 in a year. There was an escrow shortage, so they bumped my payments up a lot.
Okay.
So it was like $430. So that was kind of a shock.
About a year from now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, fun little fact. Over the next 6 years that you're going to be putting the minimum monthly car payments, essentially oversimplifying this, of like $1,500 a month towards. This is a little graphy that we made, and we'll put it on screen as well. If instead that money wasn't going to the car, which, by the way, these are the ever depreciating value of the car, is this. If that money was put in the overall market instead, let's say at 7% to be a bit more conservative, doing the overall stock market since the beginning of the history to the ending, by the end of retirement, and this is only putting $1,500 away a month, which is what you put towards the car payments, for the next 6 years. This isn't forever. This is just the next 6 years. That's where the line all of a sudden stops growing as quick. It still compounds and grows and grows and grows to $1 million by the time you retire. But instead, all that is going down to 2 broken down cars and other ones with 30% interest, which, by the way, is a higher number than 7%.
That's scary to think about.
Yeah, it's like not even just scary. It's like it's legitimately sad. That's a potential $1,000 or $1 million that you could have had at retirement. That over the next 6 years is going to paying down the cars on a minimum that's required. So you said you had these extra things from your wife. What's the value of all of that? You got all these things that you bought her, you said.
It was Apple Watch, iPhone, the car.
Well, that you still
Those
have.
are the main things. That's just the car is the only thing I still have.
The broken down Sonata, that looks to be worth about $2,618, and we owe, what was that, $5,819. I want to get your minimum monthly debt payments because we're going in your checking account next, but we just went through what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 debts.
There's another one. There is one Affirm account.
Well, before that, with the ones that we knew about, your total debt is $113,159. Okay, 47 of that being a mortgage, but even still, what's this Affirm?
$450 due right now.
And which cars, by the way, do you have car insurance on? Hopefully not the ones that are just sitting there broken.
I was under the impression I needed comprehensive on them because I'm still paying for them, so I have comprehensive on.
You're right, many car loans, or most car loans, if not all car loans, do require having insurance. There might be state-by-state things, but...
I haven't looked that much into it. I just assumed.
All right. Oh. I mean, your debt minimum monthly payments are... This is insane. This is like actually... You've dug yourself such a hole. It's very sad.
I don't think I told you the Affirm payment's like $52.
Oh, well, you said that $450 is owed now.
That's the total balance.
Oh, $52 for the Affirm?
Yes.
Okay. So your minimum monthly payments now with the Affirm thing are $2,994.41. But let's minus So 528.46 called the mortgage, even though, yes, that is a debt. I'm going to put that under your rent/mortgage because it is different and it's your only like good debt. It's benefiting you. Your bad debt, $2,465.95 on a monthly basis. So to be clear, that just straight bad debt, not even including your mortgage. Let's assume you're setting some money taxes aside, so let's just assume just a couple $100. Almost 70% of your net income goes to bad debt to minimum monthly payments. That's wild. Okay. Checking account. So yes, what is this? You're borrowing you're tapping equity for $418.
That was the line of credit we mentioned.
The line of credit, yeah. Oh, okay. Line of credit through what?
Net credit.
Oh, okay. Going in, getting some bull from the store. McDonald's bull from the store. Taco Bell bull from the store. Taco Bell. McDonald's.
Those frappes are bad habit.
Okay, stop. Solved it. Going to the store, getting some bullshit. Taco Bell. Yeah. Or then, is that beef? A bad habit as well?
Their breakfast quesadillas are
pretty top. So you go to 2 places? That's insane.
It's good stuff.
Just, okay. Ha ha ha.
Right.
Okay, don't make me go from liking you to not liking you. I'm sure it's great. Shut the Taco Bell. Oh, no, McDonald's again. Then Taco Bell. Going to the store, getting some bull. Taco Bell, McDonald's, a different convenience store going in and getting some bullshit. Oh, Taco Bell. Oh, Affirm. There's the one we just talked about. And Taco Bell. And another convenience store going in and getting some bullshit. McDonald's, Taco Bell. You go to McDonald's and Taco Bell every other day. You're just like, McDonald's and Taco Bell. Which one am I picking today?
Right there while I'm dashing.
Yeah, and then on the way back, you're also stopping in a convenience store and getting some bullshit. Oh, we mixed it up and went to Arby's that time. Wow.
They have really good chicken tenders.
That's great. I'm thrilled. I'm beyond that's awesome. That's just wonderful. You did not get $21.08 of groceries at Walmart, did you? I feel like you went and got some bullshit.
My dogs needed a water bowl. They ate their last one.
They ate their water bowl.
They ate the damn thing.
Get the metal ones.
That's what I did.
What kind of dogs do you have?
4 Chihuahuas. Well,
so they did not have water. They didn't have metal ones.
Correct. They did not. They had this big plastic bowl, and yeah. All right.
Then McDonald's. Go inside, get some. This is thing for someone. You remember? You missed 3 payments. But we're doing this. Talk about Arby's. Going inside, get into bull. There's tapped $1,700 of credit again. Go inside, get some bull. McDonald's and Affirm.
Did you say 1,700?
Right there, big buds. Buddy, old pal, old man, old guy.
I'm pretty sure that was the payment to pay that off.
You're right, it was. Just assuming it's you borrowing it at this point. But you're right. There is, first of all, nothing in savings. General savings, correct?
Right.
Okay. For what it's worth, we have $4,576 in retirement. Is this a Roth IRA? What are we looking at?
It is a simple IRA.
Okay. So at 27, I mean, certainly behind, but I'm glad you have something started. But either way, none of it's competing with the 35% interest rate on those 2 credit cards that have that insanity. And it looks like you're mostly in the NASDAQ, which is a bit interesting. It's a little more volatile, a little more ups and downs are a bit higher.
It's all managed. I have no idea what's going on in there.
Oh, it's all in the NASDAQ, pretty much. I don't know how you expected to golf, by the way, when you work 80 hours a week.
I don't know what I was thinking either.
Okay,
it sounded like a good idea at the time.
Does selling them sound like a good idea right now?
They're a cheap brand. I don't know what I'm going to get for them, but
any amount you're not using them, and you have stupid debt. I legitimately want you to sell everything in your house except for your bed, and when it needs to cook groceries, like literally everything else. Like, what's the point of them? I don't need you to have anything right now that's not for basic necessities.
Right. I mean, I'm hardly ever home anyway.
You're drowning. You're dying. Your debt's going up. You're tapping equity to make payments. Like, they're not tapping equity. You're taking out lines of credit. It's absolutely insane. Like, sell everything. What's the value of your house right now?
I have no idea. Credit Karma tells me it's like over 100, which is absurd. I don't think so.
Type in your address. It's not going to be perfect because it's Zillow, but it gives us an idea. Caffeine drives my insanity. It gets me through these conversations. While you're doing that, spending in a budget, net $2,290 went to debt, or 36.7%. Housing, 8.2%. That was your mortgage, $513.46, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, no. That must have been utilities and other. Well, we'll see. Let me make sure. No, that was your mortgage payment, but okay. I guess it just went up a little. Transportation, $35.02, which is that's insane because your stupid car is $2,198.03. Bullshit going out to eat, $310.24. Unknown shopping, it's basically Walmart, Amazon, anything like that, 1.3%. Medical healthcare, 0.6%. Savings, 0%. I don't know why that's on there. It was 0. That's funny. Yeah. Other large purchases, it probably rounded down to 0. But other large purchases, 12.9%. Those other large purchases, we're looking at PayPal out, Cash App out, and a tax payment. Right.
Zillow is not being nice to me. I'm typing in one letter and it keeps coming up with another. Can I zoom in on this and just click on it?
Sure. Total that came in for income was $4,000, but total that went out was $6,238, which is why you then took out $2,000 left over from the debt payoff that you pocketed and that disbursement of $418. So you had to do that to essentially break even.
Yeah.
Because you're dramatically negative.
I'm going to show you what's happening here. See, that top one is what I'm trying to click. It's taking me to something completely different.
That's not your house?
That's not my house.
Okay. It's fine. But do you think it's about 100?
That's what Credit Karma tells me.
Okay. Well, let's just maybe say 90 or something, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like the good thing you've done. That's the one good thing. Financially, I'm sure you've done good things in life. Financially, that's the one good thing you've done. And the thing is, it's just like, you're already working 80 hours a week and we're still $2,000 behind what we need to make it. Well, no, with your spending. So let's get you exact thing. What about utilities? What are your utilities on a monthly basis?
I don't pay utilities at all right now. Because my dad pays the utilities. I pay
right.
the
What about internet?
I don't pay any of that. My mortgage is the only home expense.
Cool. $100 for TP fund. That's anything you need to survive in life. That's not included in the budget. When you go through the budgeting class, you're going to get everything down to a T. We're just trying to get a broad understanding. Mm-hmm. Groceries, $300. Use the meal plan that we give you. And can create your own and adapt it, but $300 is just enough for you. It's perfectly fine. Phone bill?
$210 right now.
Let me guess, they're all financed.
2 phones that are being financed, yes.
Why?
Because I broke one. I had a very stressful day with my parents in my house. She was up front screaming. Her mental is jello. I'm walking back and forth.
Your mom?
Yes.
Okay, so she does not live there, though.
She died in January.
I'm very sorry.
That's a whole different story. But point being, she was in there screaming as she does because she's just mentally gone at that point.
Okay.
And I'm kind of losing my shit. I'm having computer issues. And I slammed it on the back of my chair, destroyed the phone.
Okay.
Need a phone to DoorDash. So I went and got the same phone.
When you're done with the phone payments, I'd switch to helium, so it's $20 a month. But even still, you might be able to transfer over your service. But okay, what is it again?
$210.
Okay, what were we gonna say?
I owe like $800 on both of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Gas on a monthly basis? Since you're not already taking that out of your income for DoorDash, so how much for gas?
I'm gonna guess $250. I fill up twice a week. It's like $28 a week, so I'm being generous there. But I'm
okay. Car insurance
$269.75
for all three.
For all three,
that's not bad.
It's not. It was $308.
So one more time,
$269.
Okay.
And I think 75 cents.
Okay. Debt payments we got. Medical health care, gym, anything like that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Subscription's not even fucking an option. Not even close. Not a subscription to name.
Had one, but I got rid of it because I finished the show I was watching.
Okay. Great.
Crunchyroll is worth it for 1 month. There's some good stuff on there.
Okay, it's closer than your last month's spending suggests, but even still, 80 hours a week, still being $200 under what we need to survive. Your minimum survival is $4,124.16 on a monthly basis. That's without like literally any fun. 3,895 is what comes in. 36 cents. Y'all got to use my favorite high yield savings account where you can get up to 4.6% on your money plus FDIC insurance up to $2 million. You can also get up to $300 for signing up today. It's the personal high yield savings account that I use for my money, so don't let your money be losing money while it's just sitting there. Click in the link in the description below and get those bonuses. So I have some ideas and I'm willing to talk through them, but I'm curious where your head was at before this. Did you have a plan? What were you, if we didn't meet today, what was going to happen? Continue. What was tomorrow going to be like? What was 2 years going to be like from now?
2 years, I'm just hoping for the best, but I've just been winging it, and that's probably what I was going to continue doing, was just winging it and not making much progress.
You're making negative progress because you're tapping lines of credit. There's a few options. One that's stressful, expensive, time-consuming, will for a while. There is bankruptcy. You keep the most important car. Fight to keep the home.
I've debated it, but I think I can get through it without doing that.
I agree, but I'm throwing everything on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing everything on the table. There's that, and then really most any other assets that will, you're just gonna. There's to sell everything you own except for what you need to make the food and sleep. Like other than that, I don't know. Like have one plastic cup and one plate and just could the dad chip in more for the? I mean, it's your mortgage. He's not under it, so I don't even know if I want him to. He's already taking care of utilities, but I don't know.
I would like to have my house back to myself is the thing. I would like for him to be put in a home. He's getting old, and
How old is he?
Somewhere in the 70s. I'm adopted up. He's by blood my grandpa.
Okay.
So, but I don't have a great relationship with them. I never have.
Yeah, I mean, you said towards the beginning there's a whole story. Do you want
to? I was planning on moving to Texas with my ex, and I needed somebody to rent my house. So I go see what they're doing, and they are about to get foreclosed on.
Oh, okay.
Because he had this genius idea that this big water pipe burst under the house, that it was the mortgage company's responsibility to fix that, not his. I don't know where the hell he got that idea, but yeah, they were about to get kicked out. So I kind of took advantage of that and moved them into my house. They did pay rent for like the first 3 months. Then I realized, I'm not moving to Texas, and now I'm stuck with this. So I told them if they pay utilities, I pay the mortgage, we'll be good to go. And yeah, they trashed my house in the process.
So what's the future for him? You said a home? Is that really it?
I think so. His only income is Social Security income and like $100 a month pension from his job.
It's not even going to be like a great... What does he want?
I don't know. I don't talk to him at all.
So you guys see each other?
No, actually.
You don't pass each other?
I come in through the back of my house, go straight to my room. I don't talk to him at all.
Your room of your own house?
Yes.
This has to be so awkward.
Probably to him.
When's the last time you guys saw each other?
Yesterday, and it was honestly on accident. I don't like to. I just walked in and he was in the kitchen. Normally he's up in the living room just chilling.
And what happened?
Just said hi and went on my way.
What did he say?
Same thing. He asked me how my day was. I said fine, then just walked in my room.
What does he think of this whole thing?
I don't know.
Come on, you have to.
I don't hang
have
out
some
with him.
inkling.
I don't talk to him at all.
When's the last time you've had a conversation?
When she died, when my mom died.
Wow.
Back in January.
And why is the relationship so bad?
Stressful childhood. She had early stages of dementia growing up and was very bipolar. Getting yelled at every single day for everything that wasn't really me.
What about him, though?
He was never home. He worked nights. Just, yeah. And when he was home, he was drunk and, yeah.
How's the sobriety and drinking now? Do you even know?
It was pretty crappy because after she died, he did get drunk and like fall down. I had to call an ambulance and whatnot. And because he hit his head on the way down. And yeah. I would like my brothers to be more involved with it than they are, but yeah.
Wait, how many brothers do you have?
2. They are their actual kids, so biologically they're my uncles. That probably doesn't matter, but it's their actual dad, not mine.
And why aren't they involved?
I don't know. They come like hang out with them from time to time, but yeah, I'm not a part of all that. I don't want to be a part of all that.
You seem so disconnected from everything.
I very much am disconnected from them.
No, from everything.
Oh, yeah. I think that's
kind
just
of
my coping
disconnected from
mechanism.
your debt and life. Do you go out?
No.
What do you have friends?
Yes.
Okay. How often do you see them?
We have a group chat. Your face is actually the picture of.
Okay.
Well, he is like my personal Caleb that I have not been listening to, obviously.
Okay.
His score is 9.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
It's a very good score. That's an incredible score, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Why haven't you been listening?
That's a great question.
No, come on. Why haven't you been listening? Come on.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've just been doing and
So, do you guys live close?
yeah,
Or is
he
it-
lives in the same town as me.
Okay. Do you guys hang out often? I just want to make sure. Okay. Good.
We don't like hang out because he's always busy. I'm always busy.
Yeah. But I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Therapy. Have we considered that? It sounds if there's a candidate.
I've thought about it, but I don't know where to fit that in right now. When I make some progress on some stuff,
look
I'll
for
consider
some
it.
virtual options. I know you can find 1 hour a week,
Right.
1 hour every other week if you want to.
Yes.
You have health insurance
Yes. It's fully covered through my
through
job.
work. Then utilize it. You'll have copay, sure, but another option that's it's really again another option. We really tap into the equity of the home by potentially selling the home. You've made good progress. Again, this is the good thing you've done. But getting a check, say, how long have you owned it?
2018.
Perfect. So you'll have no capital gain taxes on that if you do this. And let's say you get $50,000, even $40,000. Just, I mean, that covers your 2 biggest debts. Like that's gone. That lowers your minimum monthly payments by $1,000. Like that could be life changing. Obviously, we want to get you into home ownership again, and I think you'd be able to. How much did you put down on this home when you got it?
I didn't have to put anything down. It was some first-time home buyers thing. I didn't have to put anything down at all.
Okay.
They even got me out of paying the closing costs. I don't know how they did that, but they did that.
Again, this is so my struggle is you're already at like almost max. Like I don't want you to get to an unhealthy position where you're like falling asleep on a job or like we're putting health things at risk.
I'm
Like
still getting 8 hours of sleep a night.
I know,
I'm fine with that.
but you're at that for 80 hours a week, thing, if not more. Sometimes you said maybe like, but we're still negative $200. So how do we make that up?
I don't think I'm negative 200 like a month.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I'm that deep behind.
It's not a feeling thing.
It's 500 to 600 from DoorDash and Spark.
I'm just taking what came in this last month, and I didn't even put money aside for taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even put money aside for taxes. So I know you love your job.
Right.
This might. How far away is like Oklahoma City?
4 hours about.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the closest metro of like 250,000?
Oklahoma City.
What's your town called?
I'm up in the panhandle of Oklahoma.
Oh, jeez.
Right there in the middle of nowhere.
Was there.
Yeah, there's a meme about what goes on there. This is what goes on there.
I'm a map nerd, so I'm happy to. Wow, yeah. There's like 5 streets in your town.
Yeah. It's a pretty small place. Everybody knows everybody.
There's Liberal, Kansas.
That is where I go to DoorDash.
Really? You drive to Liberal, Kansas?
It's about 35-minute drive.
And I bet no one in that town is liberal, by the way.
No.
It's a funny name. What about Perryton?
I don't like to go back to Perryton. That's where I met my ex.
Okay, but come on. You can.
There's nothing there, though. It's small.
There
Liberal
has to
is
be
lot
like
busier.
a warehouse job that we can maybe make an extra like $4 or $5 an hour though somewhere, right?
There'd probably be National Beef and Liberal, but I'm not open to that, honestly.
Why?
I think I make enough.
But 80 hours a week and you don't. It's not a think. It's not a think. It's a literal mathematical basic plus and minus. You're tapping into lines of credit. No, because you're tapping in lines of credit. That's what you did to make the ends meet this last month. I was gonna say another thing to like that could just help you. I know you love this job, and I like that you like this job. But it's like we already talked about selling the house, but also then just move to a major metro. That is a thing that kind of sucks sometimes. If you weren't in a hole, you could small city America. Like you really could. Because, yes, there's lower cost of living there. There's also lower income there associated with that. But when you get yourself in the same amount of debt that someone in, city that's making twice as much as you, doing similar work, it's like it's a different situation because they can get out of it much easier than you. Selling a job and moving to like Amarillo or even Dodge City, like even that for a couple years to get out of this and then move back home if you want to. I'm sure your job's not like hard to get, right? Like
No.
if you really want it again. But again, leaving a job that you like, leaving your support system, which is your friend, and who knows what would happen to your dad after you sell it. But what about Dodge City? Can you work there? Commute like an hour and a half?
The same job that I would get there is the same job at Liberal and National Beef.
Okay. And why aren't
I
you
actually
open
tried
to that?
National Beef in 2017, and I was making more at the store.
Okay. I don't know. Well, are you sure? Because Dodge City looks a lot bigger, to be honest.
It's the
I
same
feel like there's
plant,
more
though.
opportunities.
I don't know what else would be there.
Well, look. I mean,
Right.
it's like your car thing. You looked at one car. Like you got to put a little effort into something.
Right.
If you don't put effort into this, you're never going to get out of this. And you obviously don't make enough. So I see 3 options. And leave comments below if we're thinking of more options because, we're doing this live. So it's easy when thinking on it. And obviously, the more ideas we have, we'll send them to you. But there's bankruptcy. They're selling the house. They're selling the house and moving to a better area. And there's commuting and trying to find a better job and actually putting effort into finding another job. Because right now, we're going double full time and we're still $200 under. You're literally never going to get out of it. So it's like one of those 4 options right now. None of them are what you want to do, but one of them might be what you have to do. And you need to choose the one that is your least hated at some point, which really sucks. But I think that's kind of where we are. It's going to take a hard decision and it's going to take a big sacrifice. And the sucky part about this conversation is it's ending kind of on a downer because you have to make a really choice. But I like you a lot. Like you're a really nice person. You're definitely defeated and beat down, and I'm getting that vibe, and I get that. And I would love, we need to incorporate therapy into the budget as well because I think you can actually have a really good life if we're managing, if we're budgeting. But you're gonna have to do something to get out of this debt, and at some point something's gonna give. The banks are gonna come after you. Everything's gonna fall into collections. Like you're gonna lose the house. Like there's gonna be something's gonna have to give if you don't put an action into it. So it's kind of your choice from here what you decide to do. I would do one of those 4 things. Me personally, because you can always get a house again. I don't want you to get out of that equity position. I'm selling the house. I'm moving to a metro area for a couple of years, and I'm paying off all the debt. That's what I'm doing. That's a choice I'm making. And then I'm saving up to put a down payment down on a house again, and I'm catching up on retirement. You can invest anywhere. You can open up buddy, if you get out of this, I will personally fund you opening up a brokerage in Moo, and just getting some stock picks and stuff like that. There's a lot of exciting things that can be done. There's also obviously selling the cars. Your equity position, that's gonna save $15,000 or so. Selling the 2 cars that aren't drivable right now.
Right.
That's gonna help a little move the needle. It's gonna be slow, but it starts moving the needle. That helps. And it obviously you still owe the minimum monthly payments on those until you pay them off, but we would tack them. But it should lower the car insurance as well. And if we're $200 short, limiting some car insurance, the more and more we help, the better.
I can talk to my lenders and see if there's anything I can do about that since they're not running. They're not sitting on public roads or nothing. They're just broken down on my lot. I don't know the laws about that.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, if you just make a little bit more money, I want you to work 90 or 100 hours, but if you do, some of these credit card balances are so small that if you knock them out relatively quickly, it starts lowering your minimum monthly payments pretty dramatically. You knock out 4 of the smallest, 5 of the smallest, and you're almost breaking even again. So there are ways like that. But again, my struggle is you've already got 80 hours a week and you're negative. So there's methods. There's methods. It just requires hard work, hard sacrifices.
I will start looking into selling things, see what I can come up with.
Yeah, if you snowball it, and sell the cars, instead of putting that money towards the car debt, you can put it towards the smallest debts, which starts minimizing some minimum monthly payments. Then you roll that extra money if we're starting to break even and make even, a little bit of a profit on a monthly basis. Start throwing that into continuing the snowball. there are ways out of this. There's ways out of this. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work, sacrifices, but I don't know, man. It's kind of up to you from here. We'll walk with you. We'll help you, but that's what I think. Let me get you a Hammer financial score. Make sure to stick around for the post show. We'll come in. We'll have a more lighthearted conversation. Noah's going to come in with his autistic energy and just go wild. Spending in a budget. Well, I mean, you had to tap credit to continue your spending. So, I mean, 0 out of 10 is not even close. You don't have collections or IRS debt. So you're not at automatic 0 on debt, but it's really, really bad on everything else. So it's a 1 out of 10. Emergency fund, you don't have anything. 0 out of 10. Retirement. Behind for your age for sure, but you are getting started. I'm going to give you, I think 4 is a little generous. 27?
At $5,000 right now. Because it's $100 a week going in there.
I'm between a 3 or 4. I'm going to be generous and give a 4. Real estate. This is where we have something good. You have, like 50,000 hours of equity or so. And the interest rate's not bad either. You didn't get it at the absolute bottom. And if you did, your credit score just wasn't great. But yeah, I think that's a solid 6 out of 10. Just because the rate, I don't know, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I think that's going to pull your score up a bit. Might be generous, but that's where we're at today. It's a Hammer Financial Score 2.5 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below, as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program in the history of the internet and our one-on-one coaching service if you need extra help paying off your debt or figuring out your financial life. Now stick around for the post show.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
You're marrying somebody, not even consummating the marriage with them.
So can I push on that? Can you never, not once?
Never once. It felt like a chore just to get a hug.
Did you do anything even close?
Are you a virgin?
No, God, no. I'm a
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.